So what we're really hoping to achieve is kind of revitalise our membership, build up some momentum ahead of the general election, which we know is coming this year, and really remind people that Together Gibraltar is here to stay and here to represent our membership and our diverse community and everyday working class Gibraltarians.
So you mentioned the election there. We will see one later this year. What interest have you had from your current members or potential new additions in putting their names forward and building Together Gibraltar?
Yeah. So some amount of interest. It's always very difficult in Gibraltar. There's such a fear of putting oneself up above the parapet. And that's something that Together Gibraltar's really made its mission to change. We think more people need to be in the political conversation, and a broader kind of people needs to be involved in the political conversation.
Now, you just mentioned there, taking that plunge and putting your name out there, standing on the parapet, as it were, as you put it. How does that make you feel personally now that you are interim leader?
Honoured to have the trust of the membership and the executive, and at the same time just kind of very big shoes to fill, obviously just filling in for Marlene ahead of a full leadership contest later in the year, but just kind of hoping that I can show that politics is a noble pursuit and that more people should get involved in it for the betterment of our community.
Now, you mentioned Marlene there, of course. This follows the departure of the founder Marlene Hassan Nahon from frontline politics. How do you plan to keep Together Gibraltar on the local political map? You mentioned earlier that you're here to stay.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think it's worth pointing out that Marlene hasn't left the party, so in fact she'll be filling the role of our chairperson, still supporting us, and I've been very, very lucky to have her mentorship and support. In terms of keeping us going, it is about just revitalising the membership, getting people's focus back on what we are, which is a grassroots party, trying to give that voice to progressive voices, to diverse voices, and to working class voices.
Well, with that in mind, what does the party stand for when people think Together Gibraltar?
Right, so we've always been very committed to our core pillars and our values, which are equality, because we think no one in Gibraltar should be being left behind, sustainability, because we think that looking after our environment and looking after our people is of the utmost importance, and opportunity, because everyone in Gibraltar deserves to have a seat at the table and deserves to have a say in how Gibraltar is run.
And today you've been elected interim leader. What happens next in this process?
So the focus for us is just, as I say, building up that momentum. We'd like to have some more events. We'd like to still be holding government to account and really presenting that alternative, really progressive, diverse vision. I wanted to make a comment about something that Mr. Picardo said during his budget speech. I thought it was very rude towards Marlene, because as she's made it very clear, she is still an elected MP until the end of her term, and she will still be representing Together Gibraltar. But also Together Gibraltar will be fighting to maintain that parliamentary representation that we think our membership and, again, working class Gibraltarians need to have a voice in Parliament speaking on their behalf.